What's going on? Good evening. Wednesday evening. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What y'all do tonight? Anybody do anything fun? I went out tonight, saw two movies. Two movies I've been wanting to see. So I saw Napoleon, and I also saw Godzilla. Godzilla! Both movies I thought were great. Well, one was great, one was just so-so. So I'm not going to spoil which one what I thought was great and which movie I thought was so-so. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to stay tuned till Friday. Friday I'm going to release a new episode of All in Society, my podcast, which is available on all major podcast networks. That means Spotify, Apple, wherever you look. Majority of you guys have Apple devices, so make sure you check it out on Apple Podcasts. New episode I released tonight. We discussed Charlie Munger. Gave a little recap of my previous podcast episode that was released last Friday with Ryan Jones, so make sure you check that one out. And looking at the numbers right now, pulling it up on Red Circle, Ryan's episode is the most downloaded episode in the first 7 days, so you already know it's a good episode, so make sure you check it out. Ryan Jones, if you're not familiar with Ryan is number 14th ranked in North Carolina for poker caches. So basically it's a site called Hidden Mob. So anytime that you go play a poker tournament, your caches are basically sent to this database as long as the venue you play at sends the information over. And then it compiles all of your caches for however long you've been playing poker. And then it's kind of like your poker resume. And Ryan is ranked number 14 in the state of North Carolina. So make sure you check out that episode. If you are a friend, or if you are a poker player, or if you're somebody that just wants to get into the game or just be able to understand it, you definitely want to check out that episode. To be quite honest with you, a lot of these guys sell action. I don't think Ryan's somebody that sells action, but if you know somebody that plays poker well, and say you don't want to get into stocks or something like that, find a poker player that knows what he's doing. Give him a little bit of change. He'll probably sell some action to you, 10% or so. You'll be surprised. A lot of people will come back and give you, say he plays $1,000 tournament. You buy 10% of his action. So that's $100. He could go and quadruple 10 times that money, 20 times that money. You get a nice little return for doing absolutely nothing, just investing in your friend. So it's just something for you guys to think, especially around this time of the year. The Win is running a huge poker tournament. So a lot of people are going out to play that tournament. It has a $40 million prize pool. $40 million is guaranteed in the prize pool. My mom just texted me, so we've been watching the TV show Found. Excellent TV show. I binge watched it with my mom this past week when I was spending time with her in Mississippi. Went to see my family for the holiday, and so we binge watched the show and we fell in love with it. We love it. The main character Gabby she's a beast. It's an amazing show. I love the show. So make sure you check that out as well. And then obviously make sure you check out Ryan's podcast episode as well. But like I was saying, a lot of these guys are going out there and it costs $10,000 to play that tournament. So if you know a poker player that's going out there, more times than not, they're probably being backed or they need a little bit of change in order to play a tournament like that. And so you can go online, look at their track record. If they've been playing multiple $10,000 events and you see them they're cashing, go ask the guy, hey, can you sell some action? Now, I'm not saying buy 10%, that's $1,000, but a little piece. They might sell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. If you're willing to, if you have some disposable income, instead of going out blowing money for like Black Friday or this Christmas holiday, invest it in a poker player. It's not financial advice by any means, but I know what I've done with investing with other players. and I know how I've done in playing tournaments this year. I basically funded my business by playing poker. I played at Maryland Live. I took second place in a tournament earlier this year for like 8K, 7K. I took all that money and I invested into my business. So I trademarked my business. I bought the podcast equipment. I bought a camera. I've been traveling to all these conferences, and that's what I did. Instead of putting that money back into the system, which a lot of poker players are going to do, and that's the reason why I am starting this on my podcast and my live show, because I want to show people with disposable income, stop blowing money on dumb stuff. Invest, 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 especially if you have kids. I don't think you guys really realize this. A lot of young people, your job is not to populate the world. If you're going to have kids, at least provide them the same type of living or a lifestyle that your parents provided you. Now, I understand things are hard right now. It's a rough economy out there. But if you're going to have children, I don't have any kids, so I kind of speak freely with things like this. But I'm not going to bring somebody into this world and give them less than what I was provided. My parents provided me a really awesome life. I didn't have to want for much. And so if I'm going to have children, I'm going to provide that same type of lifestyle for them. If I can't, then I don't belong having children. And I understand sometimes things happen. You try to do the best. But let's be responsible. Our job is not to populate the world. Our job is to raise strong men and women for the next generation to take care of us. But if we're bringing people and we're bringing children into this world and we're setting them up for failure because we're not set up for success, you're doing disservice to your seed and you're doing disservice to us all. You know, I don't want to hit on that too much. I wanted this to be lighthearted, but I want to talk about these deep conversations, these serious conversations. And I know sometimes I'm going to say some stuff that you guys don't agree with. I might ruffle your feathers. Quite honest with you, I don't care. Because we're talking about stuff that is relevant. We're talking about stuff that is important. I know everybody has the right to have children however they want. You do what you want. I just say I know what I'm going to do with my life, and I'm going to be responsible. And so those of you that have kids and you maybe not where you are right now, I'll give you a solution as well. Start investing. What's up, Stefan? Start investing. Start today. I'm not saying go out and throw a bunch of money in stocks or whatever the case may be. But start reading. Talk to a financial advisor. Get into the game. I'll give you guys the blueprint. I literally have showed you how my portfolio is doing since I've been traveling around and going to these conferences. Out of 13, 14 stocks that I'm invested in, all of them are up but one. It's not a coincidence. And I'm not just buying random stupid stuff and just, is it up? It's not what I'm doing. I read, what's up, Stefan? I read every single day. Every single day. Now, I know that a lot of you don't maybe have the time. You have to go. You have a job that you have to go to. You don't have time to do this. Whatever time that you have provided, educate yourself. Read, buy books. Look at these books. Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. I read that book before I became a manager in my previous position. And guess what? I became a manager. And I was pretty damn good at it. Now, some people are going to tell you I was trash. Who cares? I know what I did. I know my worth. I don't care what everybody else thinks. A couple other books here. Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. Definitely read that book. It's a thick book, but that book, again, another book that changed my life. Here we go. My favorite, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Assets over liabilities. If you understand that concept, you are ahead of the game right then and there. That'll make you really look at your finances. Shut up, Stefan. If you can't read, then get an audiobook. There's your solution. There's your solution right there. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that book. Read that book. If there's any books on this shelf you're going to read, that is the book that I need y'all to read. Another book that I read is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Another great book to read. Little book of common sense investing. It is what it sounds like. I don't think I finished it. I think I read maybe like 1/3 of it, and I kind of put it down, and then I graduated to Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. Well, read these books, and make sure you check out Derek's book, Innocent Man. It's on Amazon. Just go on Amazon, search An Innocent Man. Derek Prilman is the author. It is Derek's story. It's a tragic story, but at the same time, if you knew who Derek was as a person, everything he's gone through, you would not hesitate to support him and buy this book. So buy this book. And then another book that I haven't had a chance to really dive into, What If You're Deaf? Then you have Braille. Another book that you need to take a look at for those of us in the black and brown community, Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? Now this book has been re-released, I think, by multiple people, but this is just the one that I picked up. I haven't had a chance to read it quite yet, but I plan on getting to that. I've heard it's a good read. Also, so say you reach out for a financial consultant, financial advisor. That's definitely step one. But also, there's a couple people that want you guys to follow and watch. Me, I've learned a lot from Earn Your Leisure, Troy and Rashad. So go on YouTube and type in Earn Your Leisure, and also type in Market Mondays. Earn Your Leisure, Market Mondays, and watch all those episodes. Okay? Also, for stocks, and so Market Mondays also is Troy Rashad and Ian Dunlop. He considers himself the master investor. Now, they'll talk about stocks and talk about everything that's going on in the world today. But somebody that's really going to dive deep into the stock market, and someone who's taught me how to find great companies and how to invest in these companies, is Wall Street Trapper. So you can go to YouTube and search Wall Street Trapper, and he has a show on Tuesdays, which it airs the same time as my show. It's called Trapping Tuesdays. But he's really inspired me. I decided to do the show at the same time as him. He's doing one thing, I'm really doing another. I'm not really going to break it down and give you the ins and outs. There's already courses and things out there, and I purchase his courses, and I really implement those teachings and those courses. I haven't gotten into the options game yet, but he has an option class that I will be getting into very soon as well. But I probably won't dive into that till like mid-December, when I'm on vacation visiting family again. But there's just a couple ways for you guys to level up. My motto is, you always got to do better. You always have to be a step better than last year. So let's think about next year. What are you going to do? Well, number one, you should be starting it right now. Next year is literally right around the corner. So are you going to take care of your body? Are you going to have a better relationship with God? Are you going to get into investing? Are you interested in poker? And I'm not saying all these things are going to level you up. I'm saying you need to find out what it's going to take for you to get to the next level next year for your family, for your loved ones, and push them along as well. The worst thing you can do in this world is be content and be satisfied and just be comfortable. I don't align myself with people who are just, I'm satisfied, I got everything I want. No, you don't. Nobody has everything they want. There's always another level we can go to. So don't just rest on where you are right now. See how you can take it to another step. All right? So I hope this is inspiring. I hope you look forward to watching my podcast. I hope you take a look at my YouTube show. So again, All in Society podcast on all major podcast networks. Make sure you follow the show. Make sure you download the other episodes. It costs you nothing. It's free. Or you can just continue doing what you're doing and end up where you are right now. And let me tell you, the world is very difficult right now. And so if you think that you're going to stay where you are right now and things are going to be right for you, especially for someone around my age, I'm 35. So if you're in your 30s, or even if you're mid-20s, it's time to really start thinking about, how am I going to level up my life and be a little better than I was yesterday? Be a little bit better than I was a month ago. Be a little bit better than I was a year ago. Let's take it to another level. Also, tap in with me on YouTube every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. All in Society and Friends. It is my live show. Now, Facebook is, the views are awesome, y'all. I truly appreciate it. I thank you so much. I have a strong support group on Facebook with family and close friends who really know who I am. or some of you that we've worked together throughout the years. And so this is my opportunity to really tap in with y'all. And so if you don't vibe with me, you don't vibe with me. That's perfectly fine. But I guarantee if you like money, I can lead you to the money. I have nothing but time right now. I'm devoting my whole time into this very thing and helping others to level up. If you want to learn poker, I can help you with that. Stay tuned for that. If you want to learn how to invest, check me out. I told you there's a couple other sources that you can go to. So if you don't like how I'm presenting it to you, you can go to Trap. Maybe Trap, there's something about it you don't like, you may come back to me and I explain a little bit better. Or with the poker stuff, maybe you're like, I want to dabble in this. My job isn't to teach you guys how to play poker in order for you to go to the casino and try to make money. Now, if you want to do that, more power to you. But my objective is to learn what I've learned by playing poker, and I'm going to use that and implement that into my investment strategy. A good way to understand that, and Trapper was just talking about this yesterday in his show. When you're investing, you're not going to get all the data. Everything's not going to be lined up and say, all right, Claude, this is the investment. Now is the time to invest. Go. That's not how it works. So it's much like poker. If you guys know anything about poker, you get dealt two cards. At least for No Limit Texas Hold'em is what I'm referring to. You get dealt two cards down that only you are aware what those two cards are. So you can look at those cards. You know what your cards are. You know what the community cards are out there. You don't know what your opponent's hands are, but you can, as you play more, you'll get to understand how hands play out. And it really gets to the point where you don't really if you play enough, you've pretty much seen every scenario. But this game of poker, I can teach you in a day, but it's going to take you a lifetime to master. And so with poker, it's the same thing as investing. You're taking data, a limited amount of data, and you're executing on the hand based on the information that you have. So it's the same thing. It's kind of like being a detective. So you want to research, use all the tools that are provided. In today's days, there's so much information that is readily available in the palm of our hands through our cell phones or through the internet. I was talking to my parents about this, and they went through the 2008 crash. And so my dad specifically, he does not trust the market, right? But at the same time, he kind of thinks of it as a gamble. But when you think about it, you walk up and you wake up every single day and you get in your car and you hit the road. That is, if you want to think about it, that's a gamble too. You're taking a risk. So it's just about taking calculated risk. Okay? That's all it's about, taking calculated risk. And Charlie Munger has a couple quotes. And there's one quote specifically that I want to read to you guys. Let's see if I can find it. Charlie Munger, he just passed away Friday. If you don't want to know a little bit more about him, check out my podcast. But he is one of the greatest investors of our lifetime. But one of his quotes, it is, "The big money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting." And read that again. The big money is not in the buying and selling, the purchasing or selling of stock, but in the waiting. It's waiting for opportunity. And in my personal portfolio, that is all I've done. I've waited, I've done my research, and I buy great companies at a great price. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Warren Buffett. Before he met Charlie, Warren Buffett would buy companies. He would more just buy companies that are so-so, and he's buying them at what he felt was a great price. Well, when he started partnering with Charlie, Charlie said, "Warren, let's buy great companies at a great price, and we'll get exponential returns, opposed to if we buy these so-so companies at a great price, you're really kind of praying that this company you're able to liquidate somehow, some way before the company goes south, before it goes bankrupt." So that's not the type of investing we want to do. We don't want to play a bunch of ace-3 offsuits, and this is for my poker players. You don't play these hands for what? There's no value in playing hands like that. You have a terrible ace, and you don't. Well, maybe you get a straight draw, right? But with the probability or likelihood you hitting a straight is very unlikely. At least if you have ace tray like suited, that's a much better hand than just playing like ace tray offsuit. Now there's different scenarios where ace tray might be a dream. I don't know where, unless you're playing a poker tournament and you're short stack and you just kind of have to get it in. So again, I'm here to help you guys. I know sometimes I may be rough around the edges. I don't care. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to be a good friend. A good friend is not somebody who's going to tell you everything you want to hear. A good friend is going to tell you exactly what you don't want to hear, but for your benefit, to benefit you. I'm going to repeat that again. A good friend is somebody who's going to tell you not what you want to hear, but he's going to tell you what you need to hear in order to benefit you. And sometimes that can be tough love. So that's what I'm here for. I'm your tough friend. I'm going to tell you, so-and-so, you're slacking. I need you to pick it up. If you're going to be on my team, if you're going to ride with me, if you're going to get money with me, you got to take it to another level. You can't be lazy. You got to work harder than your peers. You got to want it more than everybody else. You got to sacrifice a little bit. Okay? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to push you. I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to inspire you. And I'm here to provide value every single day. And y'all can see me on Facebook. Y'all can see me on Threads. Y'all can see me on YouTube. Tap in with me. I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful evening. And look for that Napoleon and Godzilla review coming your way on Friday. Peace.